Hello guys, welcome back to another video. In this video, I thought we'd check out this NYC environment map that is on the marketplace here, this 1950s NYC environment Megapack. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into the video. Alright, so first of all, this Megapack was actually on sale. Normally, its retail price is 250 USD, and I picked it up for half off, I think it was the launch sale. I can't remember what kind of sale they were running, but the pack pretty much comes with a lot of different stuff. So it's a 1950s style New York City map. I can go ahead and zoom out here. And this is all imported to Unreal Engine 5. They mentioned that it does support Unreal Engine 5. And so kind of hopped on the wagon and went ahead and purchased this because I actually wanted to check this thing out, as well as use some of the assets in a game that I wanted to make. But yeah, here is the map. It's pretty much these two little islands connected by a bridge, and you got all the buildings here. You also have billboards, cars. Basically, this is a mega pack, so it has a bunch of different stuff ranging from vehicles to characters to different props. Actually does have some interior shops here. Yeah, so let's go ahead and just jump right into it. I'm just going to show off part of the map here. So yeah, this is kind of like the main street. And mind you, all the lighting in here, I didn't do anything with the lighting to tweak it other than enable lumen and import it to Unreal Engine 5. So it might be a little bit washed out here and not the best, but again, I didn't really play with it. I directly imported it to Unreal Engine 5 to just kind of see how things look. And you can see here there's a couple different cars. There's more cars than this. I just dragged a couple of the models out onto the road to kind of give you guys a look of the different cars. There are supposed to be more cars on the street and drivable ones, but I'll get a little bit into that later on in the video. Okay, so pretty much this is like the main street. Like I said, we have a little bakery shop. There are a couple different interiors for some of the buildings. So if we go in here, you can see the little bakery. Comes with all these different props. Now this is just one solid mesh, but all of the different props in here are all separated, so you can make your own custom bakery shop if you want to. So we got grocery, dry goods. Not all of these obviously have interiors, but there was just a few of them that did. But yeah, down this main street here, you can see we have old-fashioned styled 1950s city. But yeah, the best thing about this is you got all these old billboards, which look pretty cool. But yeah, a lot of the buildings are actually really high detailed for up close and even on the ground level. And unfortunately, I would love to run around in this map a bit, but yeah, and down here, so there's actually a tram, which is this little thing, and it runs on this track. It's not actually drivable at the moment in Unreal Engine 5. I think it is in 4.26 version, but yeah, I'll get into that a little bit more later. Okay, so some more buildings here. This is a pretty big map, honestly. Like, if I can zoom out here, you can see just how densely populated this map is. And other than the two islands here, that's pretty much it. It's just a ocean around the map, which I mean is fine. We can always modify that to your needs. Okay, over here we have kind of like the main building, this little bank building. It doesn't have any interior to it, but it does have this little sidewalk area where it has dining tables and stuff like that. This little fountain. But yeah, honestly, it doesn't look half bad. Like I said, I wanted to actually make a game out of this, make like an old maybe 1950s GTA game or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, look at this area. This looks pretty cool. Got like these apartment buildings. But yeah, I mean, look at these buildings. They're pretty high detailed. I can zoom in here, and these have like these little cube maps. So it looks like there's interiors from the outside, which is also very nice. So like if you're standing on the street here, you can kind of peer into the window there, and it kind of gives you this feel that there is actually a room in there when there isn't. So yeah, and on the side here you can see we have the railing and the rocks that go to the ocean. And some more of this little neighborhood here. Got a little farmer's market. So got a bunch of different stuff in here. Potatoes, lemons, barrels. So yeah, there's just a lot to this city, and I'll try to do my best to show it off in this video. But I do plan on making maybe a couple more videos showcasing this pack, because it does have a lot of different stuff, as well as I definitely will go over the vehicles in this video. So there's some more billboards here. Now one thing is, you got like these little things on the towers. I don't know what these are supposed to be, like communication antennas and stuff like that, but they kind of unironically look like 5G towers. So I don't know, did they have these back in the day? Comment down below. But yeah, I mean, look at the roofs here. They're pretty high detailed, with different things, doorways and stuff like that. So that's always nice. And you notice there's just a lot of different variations in buildings, and all of these are actually modular building sets, but all the ones that you see here are prefab buildings. So this pack comes with a lot of pre-made buildings that you can just slap together to make a city map really quickly. But of course you always have all the modular pieces, so if you wanted to make your own custom building with its own dimensions, you can always go ahead and do that with all the modular parts that are included in the pack. Okay, so over here we can go over to the main street here, and I can give you a look on the other side of the town, which actually has a like a central park. So if we fly over here, so down the two streets, and then over here we have like this newsstands, these newsstand meshes, which I think are really neat. Can't really see it here with the lighting. Looks really off. Basically there's a bunch of newspapers and stuff inside of it, and again I need to mess with the lighting here and place like a point light. But yeah, anyways, here is like the main park area. I can zoom out, give you an idea, kind of like Central Park in New York. So yeah, you have like this pathway system, then you have these little ponds, lakes, whatever you want to call them. So here's a little gateway. We have these pathways. So over here is a water fountain and benches. Then we're gonna follow the path over here. You see we have little newsstands, which are cool. And we have this old-fashioned clock. So down the pathway over here, slopes up. So yeah, honestly, not that bad of a pack. Then over here we have the water area, and they actually placed, if I unhide the editor stuff, you can see they actually place these collision boxes so the player doesn't go in the water. Got this little bridge here. But yeah, this is the Central Park here. Pretty nice. So lots of pathways and stuff in here, so lots of places for the players to explore. And honestly, like you can see it's pretty big overall. Okay, so the rest of the city is also kind of the same. Charlie's Chocolate Factory over there. Yeah, I'll have to show you guys all the billboards in the next map, which is like the overview map. But yeah, some more of the buildings. We have this cola advertisements, still telephone booths, stuff like that. I can give you guys a better look at the skyline, the city. And they've done a decent job on like the LODs loading in and out, because obviously with the city you want as many buildings as possible to be on the screen. And especially with open world maps, you know, you see a building from like this far away and you want to be able to travel to that building and still have like that first person level of detail from up close. So I mean, they did a pretty decent job on still having those big buildings on the screen, but you know, having those LODs set up. But yeah, just giving you guys a little fly through here. And the reason why I'm not really running around on foot with a character is because they actually didn't set up any of the characters. They just gave you like, I think 5 different character meshes. They are rigged to that big skeleton, but they're not like set up to run around or anything, which obviously I can do. It doesn't take too much work, but I'll probably do that separately in another video. So yeah, that's pretty much the overview map. Let me know if you guys want to see some more of this. I know I'm going to be trying to build like my own little city with this stuff. So yeah, let's go ahead and check out the cars, because it's partially the main reason why I also got this pack. So the vehicles here, I can go over to the demo scene. Now, all the cars, as I think I mentioned before, are basically drivable, but within Unreal Engine 5, they haven't updated the cars yet. Because they are drivable in Unreal Engine 4, because they use like the NVIDIA physics car blueprint. In Unreal Engine 5, basically they've gotten rid of the physics vehicles. They've been replaced with chaos vehicles, which is the new chaos physics in Unreal Engine 5. So basically they haven't updated any of the cars, and that's the main reason why I didn't see any of them in the map, is because they were all using that blueprint. And when I updated the project to Unreal Engine 5, the blueprint had a bunch of errors, and that's why you didn't see any of the meshes on the map. But these are all the skeletal meshes actually. And if I just hide this little scene here, turn down my camera speed, I'm going to show you guys the cars, which are my favorite, because they do have interiors with them. So over here we have pretty much 2 different variants of this car. We have one with the roof off, and mind you, all of these cars are rigged properly. So the doors are rigged, the steering wheel is actually rigged, and if I go into the interiors here, you can see how detailed this stuff is, like even down to the stitching and the seat. I mean, this stuff looks really good. But yeah, all of the doors are rigged here, the wheels are rigged. And another neat thing that I learned is actually rigged the windshield wipers. So yeah, so there's that variant, and then we have the one with the hood on, so it looks really nice. And then over here, this one I think's got to be one of my favorite. I kind of wish that they had more of the 1950s style cars like these ones. These ones are kind of like 1930s, 1940s, I don't know. You can change the material in here to give this car any color or tint that you want. So you can make like 5 cars look like, you know, like a bunch of different variants and stuff like that. But yeah, this one is got to be my favorite here. You can see all the lights, materials here. Show you guys the interiors. Yeah, so this is the inside here. The steering wheel, leather seats. They did a really nice job on these models, and I'll show you guys the car rig here in a second. But yeah. Then we have the pickup truck. Also did a nice job on this. Here's the back. And then the interior here. Okay, and then we have this limousine, which is kind of cool. So I think what they're trying to do with this pack is they're trying to make kind of a mafia style game, but at least from my understanding. Oh yeah, so yeah, take a look at this interior in here. It's very well detailed. So you can see the seats here, the steering wheel, even like the dash and stuff. I mean, take a look at this stuff. And they put a lot of detail just into the dash alone. So yeah, we have the seats here. And then in the back, the limo. And the outside. Really nice car. Okay, we also have this little motorbike, which is a nice addition. Okay, and then we have this little race car. Okay, so the seat, the dash, pretty cool. And then we have this little sports car, which has 3 different variants. So we have the one with the normal roof, and in the interior, I mean, look at this thing. This thing is amazing. So I would love to see more cars in this pack, or not necessarily in this pack. I mean, if they wanted to sell me like a separate 1950s car pack, I would definitely buy it. So that's kind of a plus of buying, you know, one of these mega packs, is that you're not going to find 5 or 6 different car models with detailed interiors, rigged, game ready, all that different stuff, plus all the buildings and stuff for like less than like $1,000, you know. Because if you try and buy all this stuff separate, most of the time you're not going to find any of it game ready. It's obviously going to be more cost efficient to buy a pack that has a bunch of different stuff rather than pay like $100 just for a separate car mesh, if that makes sense. But yeah, here, that was the one with the top off, and then we have one with, I believe, a different front, so you can see the different front design here. And it has a white top, and the same interior. Okay, and then this is the tram model. But yeah, here's the inside. So here's the driver's seat. And then here are all the seats where the passengers sit. And I mean, look at these little light bulbs. Like I said, they did a really great job on this pack, especially with the vehicles. Would love to see, again, if they're watching this video, I'd love to see some more cars, some more of these types of cars here in this pack as like an update or a whole separate thing, because they're really well done. But yeah, I can show you guys the actual meshes. So if I open up the limo here, this is a skeletal mesh. So I just want to show you guys that they've gone ahead and rigged everything, which is really nice. We got the wheels here. We have the door, so you can see they'll pivot on the right axis. Then we have the steering wheel. Then we have the back door. Yeah, so all the doors are rigged, and then also these windshield wipers, which I thought was really neat. So yeah, that's all cool. It's pretty much all set up in the way that, I mean, that you normally set up your vehicles, having all these things rigged. The only thing you need to do is either, I think they were going to update the cars for chaos vehicles or whatever. But yeah, we'll see. Anyways, moving on. Alright, so here we have the overview map. And basically this is the collection of all the unique meshes in this Megapack. And yeah, let's go ahead and take a look. So here are all the various decals that are included in the pack. I know it's kind of hard to see some of this stuff, but basically they're just leaves. I don't know if it's just the way the lighting is set up here or not. And then we have all of the different pieces for the sidewalk. Now it would have been nice to have like a blueprint spline sidewalk or something like that, or you know, it's always a nice touch. But over here we have picnic blankets, some clothes. We have some different rock meshes, and here in the back you can see we have different lamp posts as well as like telephone wires. Also I think for the trams. But yeah, we have the tram model, and then over here we have, it's like little bricks and stuff. Some record labels. Then all the little bakery items. Okay, so we have all the cars. And down here we have some of the different props that were in like the bakery slash shops. Some telephones. Yeah, so it actually comes with like a barber shop, which I'll have to show here. And so you get all these little props here, like shampoo, scissors, all that stuff. And we have the farmer's market, foods, potatoes, all that stuff. You see here we have all these little awnings. Sorts of different variants of them too. Collapsed. Okay, so back over here we have the motorcycles, and we actually do have these bikes. So included are these different bikes. Two separate models. Okay, we have kind of this little hanging clock. Various different clocks here. Okay, up here is actually all the characters, which I want to show off. All rigged to the epic skeleton. Like I said, they aren't like set up as playable right now. They're just the skeletal meshes here. And one thing to note is that they come in different variants. So you can get one with, I think with just a t-shirt. Actually, you can see all the different variants here. So yeah, so like I said, like this pack I think is aiming more towards like the Mafia City style type game. So you can see the different characters here. Then we have a policeman. We have a baker. It's got a little bit of flour on his face. And yeah, those are the different characters here. Not a whole lot, and honestly like no female characters at all. So I don't know if they're updating this pack at all, if they're planning on updating and adding more stuff to this pack, or if it's just as is. Which I mean is totally fine. Like this pack has a lot of stuff as is, but it would, you know, it'd just be nice if there were a couple more characters, or at least different, or at least, you know, different types of NPCs. Okay, so over here we have some trash, stuff like that. There's junk for the streets, and here we have like the barbershop stuff. So all the furniture inside the buildings. I have a little telephone booths. Okay, then over here some vacuums, equipment, brooms, stuff like that, pipes, scales. I have all these different little cardboard boxes here. Tires, old record player. So we have some picture frames here, and you can obviously put whatever pictures you want in there. I don't know why it's showing the default material there. Yeah, we got some baskets, some barrels, some jars, and yeah. So over here we have some mailboxes, then we have the barber shop, spinny thing, whatever you want to call it, some lights, stools, old radiator. Okay, then all the different bakery displays and signs, some flower pots, variety of different trash cans. We have these little laundry carts, some tables. In the back here we have all these different doors. So a bunch of different style of doors, really nice. And these umbrellas here. Okay, and then we have these display shelves that were in the bakery. So desk. Some park benches. And then we have some of the roof meshes. So some of the stuff that you saw on the roofs of the various buildings. Some wagons. And then some of the communications towers. And then over here, some of the concrete blocks, as well as the fences and stuff like that. So we have wooden fences, metal fences, and then some guardrails. Okay, so over here is a little news world. I know I'm kind of going like diagonal and then all over the place. I'm trying to cover every asset, but over here is this little news stand that I was talking about, which actually has a lot of detail. So you can see here all the different stuff here. We have a little gumball machine, and over here there's like these little lollipops in it. Like I said, lots of different meshes in this one, and then of course on the outside as well. But yeah, moving on to the side, we have a little water fountain, some of these hedges, some more little newsstands, and some different lampposts, and some telephone wire. Okay, then we have a little bridge that we saw in the park, 3 different kinds. Then over here we have some water towers. And then pretty much here in the back are all of the billboards. So actually starting over here we have all these different trees. So it's always nice when they include. And we have different color ones. So we have green ones, some red trees over here. Pretty decent. And it's kind of hard to see because the lighting is weird this level. So we got all the billboards here. And really nice, detailed, like old style, old fashioned billboards. So you can read this stuff like Charlie's Chocolate, authentic Italian food. So you can see here, then we have some cola, farmer's market. Yeah, and we got the little lights on that, it's always nice. But yeah, they did a really good job on all the billboards. And this has got to be one of my favorites, this little cola cap. We have some of these signs. Ed's Butcher Shop. Then we have all these stairs. I didn't really go over this, but some of the roof stuff. But yeah, and then up here we have the Golden Gate Bridge building set, which I think was cool that they threw this in. So we have little cables there. And then some more larger size of these billboards. And various different light up signs as well. And in the back we have all the different buildings, but this is not limited to all the different buildings. So I think this is basically all of the different types. Now I believe I mentioned that this was modular. So if you really wanted to, you could build whatever size buildings you want with whatever dimensions you want them to be. Got a lot of different building options here. And there's a whole separate level actually in this project that's called building prefabs, which has way more than the amount of buildings that you see here. But basically it just has a bunch of different presetted buildings. And I don't think I showed this off, but basically there's a bakery. I kind of showed that off already. And then over here, I think this is supposed to be the barber shop. So they do have like a couple interiors, but that's pretty much it. So yeah, here's a little bakery shop. And of course, obviously none of the lights are set up here, so it looks a little bit washed out. But yeah, it's always nice when they throw in the little interiors here and there. But yeah, there's a lot of different building presets. And honestly, for the pack, I don't think they did that bad of a job with the amount of meshes and stuff included in this pack. But yeah, overall with the map, all the different meshes, at least for the price that I got it for $124, which honestly I think the map is geared more towards like recording cinematics and stuff like that, with the way it's set up. I mean, they give you like pre-made level sequences, so these are all like pre-set up, like camera pans and stuff like that. And with all the levels, they have like all these different sub levels that contain all the different meshes and stuff for each set. And the reason why you obviously don't see the cars is, like I said, the cars weren't compatible because they haven't updated it yet. But there's also, like, I believe, lighting sub levels. So like each set is set up with its own individual lighting. So yeah, I think this is kind of more geared towards like doing cinematics and stuff like that. I mean, obviously you could make a whole game out of this, and that's kind of what I plan on doing. But yeah, overall, what I think about this pack, pretty good pack overall. I definitely wish that there were more car meshes, like different variants of cars. That I think that would be cool, as well as just a couple different characters other than these male characters. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this kind of review video. I do plan on making a couple more videos on this pack, so let me know what you guys want to see down in the comments down below. If you guys want to see me make a big map with all the stuff in here, or if you want to see me make a video of making all the cars drivable in Unreal Engine 5, just let me know down in the comments down below. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one.